Welcome to your online course. This is just a quick tour so that you can get familiar with everything that's available to you. Let's start on the top right of the screen with the section that says Your Course Stats. This is where you can track your progress. Not only do you get a percentage complete button, but it will also track the actual number of steps that you've completed as you go along. If we carry on further down on the right-hand side of the screen, under the heading Course Navigation, you'll start to see that I've expanded the full course so I can see all of the lessons, starting with about this course and working our way down through all of these to the last one, which is environment. Now, each of these lessons is, as you can see here, is divided into individual steps called sessions. And within each of those sessions, what you'll find is there's a slide deck with an audio from me explaining all of the content and giving you examples of how to apply the content in different situations. Each of these steps is about 10 to 15 minutes long. And if you do all of the work associated with each of the steps, it will equate to about a 2-day face-to-face sort of instructor-led course. The slide deck has page references that take you back to the Agile Change Management Handbook that you can buy additionally. You don't have to, but for those of you who like to read more deeply about the subject, I wanted to make sure that I cross-referenced with that book. After all, that's the book upon which the entire course is built. However, all the material in this course covers the syllabus of the Agile Change Agent certification. So if you've decided to take the exam, you'll know that you've got everything you need to meet the syllabus requirements. If I go up to the About the Course lesson, you'll see that it says who is it for, what does it contain, and also how to sit the exam, where there's a video of me explaining all of the different exam questions. So you can be reassured that I'm with you every step of the way. The other 5 lessons are the ones that are really core to Agile change. So, for example, here with the concepts, I'm going to explain what Agile is all about, what change management is all about, and what the concepts of Agile working are. So what you've got there is you've got 3 sessions or individual steps, and they're followed by a quiz. So those quizzes are going to be relevant to the material you've just looked at. So you'll have a number of questions, and you can take the quizzes as often as you like to build up your familiarity with the style of question and to test your own knowledge. The quizzes will not be marked as complete unless you've covered 80% of the questions and got them right. So you need to get an 80% pass mark to get the course quiz completed, which is a lot harder than the actual exam, which has got a 50% pass mark. But I thought I'd make it a little bit tougher for you as it's a revision tool. While I'm talking about quizzes, just note that there is one at the end of concepts and at roadmap and business need, relationship building and environment. And then down the bottom here, we have a final quiz. And that's the same questions, but this time they've been mixed up, just like they would be in the live exam. So you can test out your knowledge. Again, there's an 80% pass mark on that quiz to mark it as complete. And again, you can take that quiz as often as you like. Within each of the steps, I've tried to make sure that I'm testing your own knowledge by getting you to apply what you're learning as you go. So for many of the steps, there will be an activity at the end of the slides. And I've also made sure that you've got a suggested answer from me, because there's nothing worse than doing an activity and then not knowing if you've got the right answer. So if I just go to the step here, which is easy to click, to how to create a roadmap. So this becomes the step. You can see that the slide deck comes up in front of you and there's a big play button there. But also along the top here, you'll find that it says materials. And if I click on the materials, you'll see that here we have a suggested answer for the roadmap using the scenario. So you have all of the lessons and all of the steps, you have all of the slide decks, you have the activities, you have suggested answers. So you've got something that will really make sure that you've covered all of the material. And as you can see here on the navigation, you can go to the next or previous lesson and you can mark things as complete if perhaps you've been through it a number of times already. The last thing to say is that whilst I have suggested in the about this course, in the step on what does it contain, how you might navigate through the course, I'm going to suggest that you do concepts, followed by the roadmap, followed by business need, then relationship building and environment. I've also allowed you to be able to navigate to any step that perhaps you're really interested in and you want to get started on first. So you're not going to be forced into any kind of linear pattern. So you can navigate through the course however you like, and you can return to the steps as many times as you like to make sure that you're happy with the material. I really hope you enjoy your course. I'm really very proud of the material in here because I know that it's going to give you a really great understanding of everything to do with Agile change.